The old man sat beneath the shade of a great tree, its roots thick and twisted with age. A young man approached, his shoulders slumped, his eyes full of both frustration and longing. "Master," the young man said softly, "I don't understand myself. I have so many dreams, so many ideas. I want to build, to create, to change my life. But every time I try, I stop. I think of what I could become, but I never move." The old man studied him for a moment, then smiled gently. "Ah," he said, "you remind me of someone I once knew. A young man with fire in his mind, but sleep in his hands." The young man looked curious. "Who was he?" The old man's eyes glimmered. "Me." The young man frowned, surprised. The old man chuckled. "Yes, me. When I was your age, I spoke of greatness every day. I dreamed of writing books, teaching wisdom, traveling the world. But every morning I found a reason to delay. I'd say, tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. And do you know what I learned, my boy?" He leaned closer. "Tomorrow is a very clever thief. It steals your best intentions and hides them in the shadows of your comfort." The young man lowered his gaze. "That sounds like me," he whispered. "I always say I'll start when I feel ready." The old man smiled. "Ah, yes, the great illusion of readiness. Let me tell you a story." He picked up a small seed from the ground and rolled it between his fingers. Once, a farmer kept a handful of seeds beside his bed. He wanted to plant them, but he waited for the perfect rain, the perfect soil, the perfect season. He told himself, "Next week the weather will be better." But seasons passed, years passed. And when he finally went to sow them, the seeds had dried and life had left them. The young man's expression softened with understanding. "The truth," the old man said, "is that nothing grows in waiting. You can dream all you like, but if your feet never move, you will spend your life standing at the edge of your potential." He paused, watching the sunlight flicker through the branches. "Ambition is beautiful, but ambition without effort is like a bow without an arrow, full of tension but going nowhere." The young man nodded slowly. "But how do I stop feeling lazy?" The old man smiled knowingly. "By understanding that laziness is not a lack of energy, it is a lack of direction. When your mind doesn't know where to go, your body stays still. The cure is not punishment. The cure is clarity." He pointed toward the valley below. "When I was younger, I used to stare at that mountain every morning, thinking, one day I'll climb it. I waited for strength, for courage, for better weather. But years went by. Then one day I realized, the mountain will never come to me. So I took one step, just one. And by the time I reached the first ridge, I had forgotten my fears. The climb became my teacher." He looked back at the young man. "Do you see? Motivation comes after motion, not before. You must move, even when you feel unsure. That is how the spirit wakes up." The young man's eyes began to brighten. "So I should just start, even if I'm not ready?" "Yes," the old man said softly. "Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Don't wait for the perfect time. It does not exist. You think you need confidence, but confidence is born from progress. You think you need inspiration, but inspiration is found in action." He smiled kindly. "Even the smallest effort today carries more power than the grandest plan for tomorrow." The young man sat quietly for a while, the old man's words sinking in. The wind whispered through the leaves like an unseen choir. "One more thing," the old man said after a long silence. "Do not confuse rest with idleness. Rest renews you. Laziness drains you. The difference is purpose. Rest when you must, but return to the work that matters. Each day that you do, you build a life that moves." He placed a hand gently on the young man's shoulder. "Remember, my boy, life does not reward those who only dream. It rewards those who dare to begin." Every great destiny started as a small, awkward step. The young man looked up, a quiet determination rising in his eyes. "Then I'll start today," he said. The old man smiled, his gaze full of warmth and pride. "Good," he whispered. "Feed your fire before it fades. Tomorrow is a myth, but today, my boy, today is yours." You see, my boy's story is not just his, it's ours. Each of us carries mountains we have yet to climb, seeds we have yet to plant, and dreams that whisper softly in the corners of our hearts. And each new sunrise is another chance, not to wish, but to begin. So before you move on to the next moment, take a breath. Ask yourself, what small step can I take today? Because greatness is never built in a single moment. It's built in motion, in the quiet courage to act when no one is watching. If these words touch something in you, carry them with you. Share them with someone who might need to hear them. Because sometimes a simple story can awaken a sleeping heart. And if you found meaning here, take a moment to support this journey. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Not just to follow another video, but to stay connected to reminders of calm, purpose, and growth. Thank you for listening, my friend. Remember this, tomorrow is a myth, but today is yours.